quickly, you get something. It's deep compression sickness, but there's a slang, the most familiar term for it. What is it? Third question, true or false? Penny loafer shoes were designed with a slot for a penny, so school children would always have 2 pennies to use a payphone if they needed to make an emergency phone call. Is that true or false? Penny loafer shoes, we all know what those are, right? Yeah. They were designed with a slot for a penny, so school children would always have 2 pennies to use a payphone if they needed to make an emergency call home. True or false?
All right, and here are Tim's 3 questions. Again, he will be in at the bottom of the hour. So these are the questions he gave me to ask the students here on Learning University. First question, what great American who lived from 1847 to 1931 said this: genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration? What great American said that? Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I got the perspiration part down. I don't have the inspiration, though. Second question.
Gross.
Yes.
Yeah. TMI.
Guys sweat and women perspire. We all know that. All right, second question. Again, these are Tim's questions. What is the only word in the English language that ends with the letters MT? What is the only word in the English language that ends with the letters MT? And then third question, Tim likes lists. Here's a list. What are the 4 most popular cheeses in the U.S.? They can be in any order. You don't have to have number 1, number 2 in order. What are the 4 most popular cheeses in the United States? All right, we are ready, and we go to Larry in Alabama. Larry waited since last week. Larry, I hope you hadn't been waiting since. Okay, I got the wrong Larry. So, all right, that's all right. We're gonna go with Larry from Alabama, then Larry from Kansas. You're gonna have to wait one more call, brother. I apologize for that. Larry from Alabama. Welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. Good to be back with you guys. Love it.
Hey, Larry, what part of Alabama?
I'm the Quad Cities, Larry.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Muscle Shoals, Florence, Tuscumbia, and Sheffield.
Yes.
Is that right?
Did I get all 4?
Good.
All right. Well, I hope that wasn't your question. Hey, Larry, ask, answer, or do both.
I'm going to do both.
Which one do you feel confident about? Start us out right.
I'm going to try the scuba diving deal.
Okay, well, I thought that would linger for a while. Here's the question. Decompression sickness, which can occur when a scuba diver surfaces too quickly, is also called what?
I'm going to say the bends.
The bends.
Yes.
If you get the bends, it's because you came up too quickly, and if you're freestyle diving or scuba diving, hey, nicely done. Do you dive, Larry?
No, sir, I don't.
Well, that's pretty good trivia knowledge there.
Well, if you ever get thrown in, you know what not to do.
That's it. Hey, what's your question for us?
It's a little bit of history. Before becoming president, Theodore Roosevelt served as a U.S. vice president under what other president?
I'm going to. Was it? This could be my guess. JJ, you can have a different guess. This is a guess. Was it Woodrow? No, it couldn't have been Woodrow Wilson. He came after. I don't know.
Now, while you're thinking, I just saw. We carry out a lot of crazy stuff, but I saw a documentary on him, and I was surprised that he was like a mayor of New York City, the governor of New York. He was there with the Rough Riders. He lived about 5 different lifetimes and then wound up being president. And isn't his one of the heads on Mount Rushmore?
I think that's right.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt with the little
Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and what was the other one? I can't remember the. Anyway, that's shameful.
But I was going to say, yeah, who was the you know?
I'm just going to say McKinley. I think Woodrow Wilson came out.
That's what we're going to go with, McKinley. Larry, we're grasping at straws here.
Well, you grasped the right one. You are correct.
All right.
Way to go, Ed.
Good for us.
That's Ed. Hey, you started us out. We came through as well. Larry, thank you so much for listening to AFR. God bless you, buddy. Have a great weekend.
All right. Now we go to Larry from Kansas.
2 Larrys are better than 1.
That's right. Sorry for the extra wait. You were waiting from last week, Larry. Appreciate your patience.
Yeah, good morning. Disappointed that Tim's not there. I thought maybe he might get this.
Hey, Larry, a lot of people were disappointed that Tim's not here. But if you got 2 of the best-looking professors here, so that's worth something.
And
Larry.
he will be back in 12 minutes. So just wait. You'll hear the sweet sound of his voice before you know it, Larry.
Larry, what part of Kansas are you from? Because I want to make sure you're in the right district when I run for governor.
Well, I called in at the end of the program last week, and I was in Nebraska, but we're in northern Kansas today.
Yeah,
okay.
I was in Kansas 2 weekends in a row a couple of weeks ago. You got a wonderful state there. Well, do you ask, answer, or do both? Now we got a new set of questions for you to answer. You feel comfortable about one of these questions to try it?
Well, I answered the Dodge question last week.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. So you're just going to ask us one.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Here we go. Okay. I got a cold here, but anyway, back in the early 80s, 7 or 8 of my cousins and I were out at my grandma and granddad's out in the country, and we were playing a board game, and I think it was called Trivial Pursuit. And my granddad, who was born in 1903, the questions were just too new, and he wasn't getting any of them. And finally, this question come up, and it said, "Who met Jeff in 1908?" And Granddad, my cousins and I, we were stumped. But Granddad got it. And that's my question. Who met Jeff in 1908?
Hey, thankfully, that's not very vague. Thankfully, you got enough detail that anybody really
I
could
remember
get that.
he started to ask this last week because now I remember, but I hadn't thought about it since. Who met Jeff?
I don't even know what you're asking, or I'm not even sure what day today is. You've thrown me so far off.
I'm going to say Mutt.
Jeff.
Mutt. From Mutt Jeff.
Hey, there you go. Wow, you're killing it.
Well, I don't know if it's right.
All right, what's the answer, Larry? Other Larry?
Well, that's the answer. Congratulations. I thought I'd have to give you a clue, but Mutt met Jeff in 1908.
Mutt and Jeff.
Now, what was Mutt and Jeff? A cartoon?
It was a comic strip.
Comic strip. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Mutt and Jeff. I haven't heard of that a lot.
Yeah, it was older, and when I was growing up, it was in it's still in the papers. You know, like some will come in and go out, but it had been in there for a long time, like Dick Tracy.
Yeah, Andy Capp told me that was a real good cartoon strip.
All right, where do we go next, JJ?
Let's go to Julio in Texas.
All right, wait, no, we'll go to Jonathan.
Let's go to Jonathan, who's not in Texas. Hey, Jonathan from North Carolina.
Good morning, Professors Vitagliano and Jasper.
Yes, sir. Hey, Jonathan, what part of North Carolina? New Bern?
Yes. I see you remember me.
No, I've got a crystal ball right here that I keep right in front of the laptop. and I can also, let's see, 5'10", 168 pounds. How close am I?
Not very close.
Okay, forget that then. Hey, Jonathan.
That's what you get for messing with the crystal ball.
Yeah, that's right, messing with that. Yeah, of course I'm kidding. Hey, Jonathan, ask, answer, or do both?
I'd like to do both.
Now, you're not one of the leak boys, are you? Are you Jonathan Leake's
What?
son?
No.
Okay. All right. Hey, there's probably more than one. Apparently, more than one Jonathan in New Bern, North Carolina. All right. Ask, answer, or do both.
I'd like to do both.
All right. Which one you want to answer?
I want to answer your question about Isaac.
Okay. Here's the question: who was Isaac's mom in the Bible?
Rebecca.
No, that's not right. Isaac's mom was not Rebecca, but
That's right.
but you want to try again?
Was it Sarah?
It was Sarah. Yeah, I give you a little wiggle room there. I can never keep all of those straight.
Me either.
And that's one of the reasons, because moms everywhere are so important. It's good to shine a spotlight on the moms in the Bible. You remember she was barren, and they prayed. God gave Abraham that promise, that covenant. She waited, sometimes not so patiently, and then Isaac was born. So what an amazing,
Great story of
great
God's
story.
faithfulness.
That's right, of God's faithfulness. I think it was 10 years before when he got the promise, then 15 years later before he was born. So waiting for 25 years, and
Yep.
he was 100. She was almost 100. Amazing testimony of the faithfulness of God, and then you follow her story. What a wonderful mother there in the Bible with Sarah. Hey, what's your question for us, Jonathan?
So I was wondering if you know, who was the most listened to talk radio show host in history?
You mean besides us?
Yes.
Was it Rush Limbaugh? And welcome back, Tim.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had kindergarten graduation for one of my 47 grandchildren.
Yeah,
We said
when
27.
pomp and
47, I
circumstance,
think we've added 20.
when pomp and circumstance calls, you have to be there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who was the
question is what
most
now?
listened to talk show host in American history? Paul was. Hey, I'm going to change mine from Rush Limbaugh to Paul Harvey.
Okay, he wasn't a host though.
Oh, okay. I'm going back to
if
Rush
it's
Limbaugh.
you're talking, are we talking? Who's the caller?
This is
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Are we talking about a talk show?
On radio or television?
It's a talk show on the radio.
Talk show.
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush
I don't
Limbaugh.
think Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
We're all three of us
Yeah.
are saying Rush Limbaugh.
And all three of you are correct.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, buddy. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to AFR. We live long enough, maybe we can pass Rush Limbaugh.
I don't think so.
Not gonna happen.
He changed the landscape of
Yes,
talk
he
radio.
really did. Yeah. Well, he did so many things. What an amazing guy.
All right. How about we reset the questions?
Sure. Oh, that's a good idea.
I will go ahead and go.
Go ahead.
Memorial Day is just around the corner. When it was first established after the Civil War, what was the day's original name? What was Memorial Day originally called? Second question, the novel Ben-Hur is one of the best-selling books of the 19th century. Who wrote it? And then third question, what state is known by the motto, the Sunflower State? All right, you're up, JJ.
Here's what I've got. I already had a couple answered. So start with true or false. Penny loafer shoes were designed with a slot for a penny, so school children would always have 2 pennies to use a payphone if they needed to make an emergency call home. Is that true or false? Then I'll add one. Mother's Day was founded by a school teacher in honor of her mother. She believed mothers should be honored with a special day. She worked for 3 years giving speeches and writing thousands of letters to make it happen. Name her. Name the school teacher who was responsible for the founding of Mother's Day. And then, third question, looking at some mothers in the Bible. Who was Jacob and Esau's mother? Who was Jacob and Esau's mother?
My 3 questions are as follows. What great American who lived from 1947 to 1931 said this? Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. You've heard that quote before?
Sure.
Quote.
Number 2. What is the only word in the English language that ends in the letters MT? The only word in the English language that ends in the letters MT. And finally, what are the 4 most popular cheeses in the United States? What do we consume for the top 4 cheeses? And you don't have to get them in order, but top 4. Should we go ahead and we'll take our break right here instead of get started with a call?
Okay. All right.
And we'll do that. We'll be back momentarily with more of Trivia Friday on American Family Radio.
Friendships is offering an exciting opportunity for young adults who want to grow in their walk with God, become physically fit, and learn relief ministry while serving in the Middle East. This is an amazing opportunity to serve God and experience Israel. Check out Seahawks one-year scholarship program at friendships.org or call 337-433-5022. That's 337-433-5022. The next session begins August 19th.
And my father, your great-grandfather, fought in World War II.
Really?
He was a gunner on the big ship out in the Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
Your great-grandmother did her part, too.
Was she on a ship?
Oh, no. She stayed back home. She and a lot of her friends worked really hard in a factory because the men had gone off to war.
Oh.
And they held scrap metal drives to help in the war effort. The folks back home were heroes, too.
Here at the American Family Association, we consider you the heroes back home. As you fulfill your responsibility of caring for your family day to day, your partnership with us is crucial as we fight the enemies of freedom in America. Thank you for your commitment to the American Family Association.
Grandpa, what's a scrap metal drive?
Let's get some cookies, and I'll tell you all about it.
I'm Todd Starnes. Stand by for news and commentary next.
My goal as a teacher is to impart knowledge and then be able then for them to take it and turn it into wisdom. As we teach, I think, okay, 5 years down the road, how will the material that I am teaching them really affect their lives and their careers?
Hi, Todd Starnes here. Truett offers biblically centered degree programs. Check out truett.edu/Starnes.
A few days ago, I caused a bit of an uproar on social media when I noted that it's legal in this country to burn the American flag, free speech, but if you burn a gay pride flag, well, you could be arrested and charged with a hate crime. The progressives were enraged, said I was not being truthful. They said no one's ever been arrested for desecrating a gay pride flag. Well, it turns out a number of people have been arrested, most recently in New York City, where a homeless man used a bathroom on a gay pride flag and then used another gay pride flag as toilet paper. The homeless man was arrested and charged with multiple hate crimes. Had that been overturned, it would have never made the police blotter, much less the front page of the newspaper. Read more about this story and more in Culture Jihad, How to Stop the Left from Killing a Nation. It's available at toddstarnes.com.
Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Matthew 19:14.
American Family Radio.
remember the music, but I don't remember the pinball machine going all willy-nilly.
That was me breathing. I've had a little turn of asthma.
A little turn of asthma. How long did you live with your great aunt?
A little turn of asthma. So what would she do at the end of every show? Carol
She
Burnett.
Pull on her earlobe.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Pull on her earlobe, which meant what?
So then she'd click her heels and it'd make her go back to Kansas. Or am I getting a couple shows mixed up? She'd click her robe.
You're quick, man. I was
red,
coming up with something.
red ruby slippers.
Yeah.
Pulled on her earlobe. She said, "Whoa, I'm back in Kansas." Now, what did that mean?
She was saying
hi to somebody?
Yeah, to her mom.
Oh, how sweet.
All right, here we go. Trivia Friday deals on American Family Radio. Tim, Ed, and JJ, back to the phones.
All right, we go to Texas, and Julio is on the line. Julio, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey, guys, what's going on? How are y'all?
Well, I can speak for myself. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Except for your knee.
Right on,
My
man.
knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julio, let me just tell you, I banged my knee getting on the airplane a couple days ago, and it really swelled up and was very painful, but nobody believes me around here. I've been mocked incessantly, and I'm just going to tell you, I've had it.
Here's the deal. You call one of them numbers on that billboard on the side of the highway and tell him that you hurt your knee on that airline, he'll believe you. He'll get you the money you deserve.
I'm suing Delta. You hear me, Delta? I'm coming for you. No, my producer of the show. That's right. I probably would. It'd win millions. Our producer, Brent Creeley, when I walked into Devotions this morning, he said, "How's your little boo-boo?" I mean, just really.
That's rough.
It's really insulting.
I'm right there with you. My wife has left the ironing board out for a few nights in our average sized little hallway, our bedroom and our bathroom. And mentally I go, okay, I need to remember the ironing board is there because it's dark, and I get up in the middle of the night and I've kicked that sucker twice and stubbed my toe. Man, a stubbed toe, as tiny as that is, that'll set you free.
Yes, or set you back, one or the other.
That's right.
All right, Julio, ask, answer, or do both, brother.
I'd like to do both, honestly. And first, I'd like to say, hey, Mr. Wildman, they made reference to your voice being sweet. And hey, man, I can honestly hear you reading children's books. I'm just saying.
Julio? Yeah, man, have you been down by the schoolyard? Because
you never heard that one, have you?
Well, hey, I'm going to need something to do when I retire here.
Yeah.
So maybe reading children's books might work.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with all the grandchildren.
27 grandkids.
By the time you retire,
There'll be a lot more than that by then.
I can see you doing Dr. Seuss.
All right,
Yes,
which one?
That's where I was getting at. Yes, sir.
Which one you want to answer?
answer Memorial Day is Decorative Day.
All right, Memorial Day, when it was first established after the Civil War, it had an original name, and Decoration Day. That's close enough. Way to go, Julio.
Yeah.
Julio, here's what would happen. You would have a Sunday morning service, and then immediately after, because the cemetery was right next door to the little churches out in the country, you would walk out there and kind of clean up around the tombstones, and they'd put fresh flowers on the graves. Decoration Day.
Yeah. So you knew that one? Decoration Day?
Yes.
Hey, excellent job, Julio. What's your question for us?
It's more of a dad joke. It's one my little man told me, my 7-year-old. Okay. Where do cats go to swim?
Where do cats go to swim?
Cats go to swim. You know what? Wherever it is, I want to see that.
They come out of the basement, and I'm trying to picture the path they take. Where do they go to swim?
Where do cats go to swim? You guys are good with the riddle.
Yeah, I'm stumped. What's the answer, Julio?
It's the kiddie pool, man. The kiddie pool.
Kiddie pool. Yes. Yes. Well, you know your 7-year-old to stay with it. That's good. I need a writer for these dad jokes.
All right.
Kiddie poo.
Julio, that was good.
Yeah, pretty funny.
All right.
Pretty clever there, Julio.
Have a good weekend,
brother.
All right, we continue on. We go to Tennessee, and Robert is on the line. Robert, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning, Robert. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. How about you fellas?
Good. Where are you calling from in Tennessee?
I am from Huntingdon,
Okay. Which is near
which is about
near
100
Lexington?
miles straight line west from Nashville.
west. Okay.
West Tennessee,
Yeah,
near
yeah,
Jackson.
yeah, near
Right,
Jackson.
close
Gotcha.
to-
Is that Lexington? Like not too far from there?
Yes, we're closer to Lexington actually than Jackson.
Yeah.
All right. Ask, answer, or both, Robert?
I'd like to do both, please.
All right. Which one do you want to answer?
How about the one about Ben-Hur?
All right.
Here it comes.
Here's the question. The novel Ben-Hur is one of the best-selling books of the 19th century. Who wrote it, Robert?
That would be Lew Wallace.
Absolutely correct.
Nicely done.
General Lew Wallace. He was a Civil War general, served under Ulysses S. Grant. He was kind of an agnostic when he started writing this novel, and by the time he finished doing the research for writing Ben-Hur, it's called Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ, he had become fully converted. And
Wow.
yes, quite a story. And,
And on a different note, you think many women are naming their babies Ulysses? Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down on
that's a thumbs down
mother-in-law
on
and the different family members when you say
Ulysses.
sweet little Ulysses? It'll just flow and it flows. It just comes, tying it with the last name there.
Oh yeah.
I'm not hearing it much or seeing those little door knockers. Those little things are hanging on the door with that little sweet Ulysses name on there.
Or try putting that on a Christmas stocking. Hang that over the fireplace.
Ulysses Vitagliano. Listen how that just goes
It was
together.
popular at one time, fellas.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Was it ever really popular, Ulysses?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
He's the only one I've ever heard of, but there are.
I'd never heard of a President Ed or JJ, so I'm just saying.
Man.
Okay, but how about King Edward?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's right. That's a mean cigar. You sit around under the shade tree. Oh, you're talking about the king.
I was talking about the actual king.
How about Prince Albert?
You mean in the can?
Yeah. Let him out.
Let him out.
All right.
This is
we're
This
going
is back
down
before
to-
the internet. That's back before everybody's addicted to their phones. We just call stores up.
Call the grocery store.
Call the grocery
Your
store.
refrigerator
You got Prince Albert the can? We sure do. What do you say then, JJ?
Well, you need to let him out.
Or how about, hey, is your refrigerator running?
And your friends listening on the other line. That was your entertainment there.
Oh my goodness.
That's true.
That's cheap entertainment.
Because now
Then
they
go watch
got
Batman. That was life.
Complicated life
Yeah.
back then, did we?
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio, also known as
Learning University.
Learning University is in session.
Robert, you got a question for us?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. You waited patiently through all the joking around. What do you got?
I did. That was riveting.
Yeah.
The
sincerity in your voice rings true, right?
Thank you for your honesty, Robert.
Wow.
That was riveting.
Hey, Robert, we deserve
That's
that.
right.
We deserve it. All right, go
I say
ahead.
that sweetly in Christian love.
Yes, sir.
That's the way we interpreted it.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Okay, so since we talked about Lew Wallace as a Civil War general, here's a true or false Civil War question.